Anthony Edwards took Phoenix's lunch and danced on the Suns' grave during Minnesota's first round sweep. And that understandably got all the headlines. But the truth is that the Timberwolves were just a better built team, and everyone should have seen it coming. Trading for Bradley Beal absolutely sunk the Suns, and there's nothing they can do about it going forward. Well, almost nothing. In railing against Phoenix's trade for Beal last year, I promised you this follow-up episode. Expect a similar video a year from now when the Suns are once again searching for answers as to why their star-studded team fell flat on its face. So here we are after this team did in fact fall flat on its face. Phoenix needed to complement Devin Booker and Kevin Durant with defense, depth, and offensive players who could help the Suns better balance their shot profile. In landing Beal, the team surrendered depth to acquire an injury-prone one-way star who didn't really check any of those boxes. Beal had the most efficient scoring season of his career on lesser volume as the third option, but it was mostly empty calories. He missed 29 games, marking the 5th straight year he's played 60 games or less, and his defensive disinterest was as embarrassing as ever. Here's what Beal said on the final weekend of the regular season.
Time to start playing defense. It's time to execute it and take care of the ball, offense. It's time, man. We want to win the ring. It's time. It's time. It's time, Amanda. It's time.
It's time. It's time.
I'm hype. I'm hype as hell. I'm ready to go.
And what he said after the Suns went down 3-0 in the first round.
I've never been swept a day in my life, so I'll be damned if that happens.
Fraud alert. Beal ended up scoring 9 points on 4 of 13 shooting in Game 4, committed a game-high 6 turnovers, and fouled out. His fourth quarter turnovers were egregious, especially when he compounded them by barely bothering to get in a defensive stance as Edwards blew by him on the other end. Maybe the guy who hadn't made the playoffs in 3 years and hasn't won a series since 2017 shouldn't have been bragging about never getting swept. I don't want to put words in Booker's mouth, but when he talked about these small details coming back to haunt the Suns, it was noteworthy which player he didn't mention as having been part of a great team before.
You know, I've been on a pretty successful team. KD's won a ring. Coach Fizdale's been a part of the Miami Heat. Coach Vogel won one with the Lakers, and I think everybody would say, you know, these are the time that the details matter, and it's something that, you know, we kind of passed by and, you know, didn't think was a big deal, but came back and bit us in the ass.
In the end, the way the Suns went out perfectly captured this team's fatal flaws. Book and KD combined for 82 points, but only 5 of their 25 field goals were three-pointers. Beal was a complete no-show, and they didn't get enough help from a lackluster supporting cast that was missing glue guy Grayson Allen. That shot profile stuff is important, by the way. The Suns ranked 25th in rim frequency during the regular season and dead last in three-point attempt rate during the playoffs. Having stars who can thrive in the mid-range is important this time of year, but you can't live there the way the Suns do, or you're gonna die there, no matter how talented your team is. There will be a lot of criticism of the Big Three formula after the way the Suns flamed out, and that's fair given the more punitive restrictions on teams in the league's highest tax bracket. But Phoenix's problem isn't just that they're a top-heavy team in this new tax world or that they mortgaged the future for a Big Three. The problem with the Suns is that they sold the farm to construct a flawed, mostly one-way Big Three of duplication and diminishing returns. And I know the entire concept of selling the farm can sometimes be overblown, but in this case, it's probably an understatement. Other than the 22nd pick in this June's draft, every single Suns draft pick through 2030, first and second round, is either traded or swapped. What's more, Phoenix is already over the second apron for next season. Among the penalties for such spending, the Suns won't have access to the taxpayer mid-level exception this summer. There just aren't many ways for the Suns to improve outside of vet minimums.
Man, it just keeps getting worse.
And with Beal's no-trade clause, the only way Phoenix can even remodel the team would be by considering the nuclear option, trading Durant or Booker himself. Given that neither superstar is the problem, such drastic measures probably aren't in the cards. But Durant and Booker don't get off scot-free either. KD's earning a reputation as a coach-killing malcontent who's impossible to please. His whole shtick is supposed to be that all he wants to do is hoop, that he's above the fluff and drama that usually follows other stars. Yet that same drama engulfs every team he joins. The latest report has Durant frustrated by his role in Phoenix's pick-and-roll heavy offense. You wanted a trade to Devin Booker's team. Did you not watch how Booker played and thrived over the years? Remember too that it was a reported lack of structure in Brooklyn that helped push KD out the door, and that he reportedly wanted more pick and rolls in Golden State.
Damn, what do you want?
As for Booker, part of being the franchise guy is that the buck stops with you. And since advancing to the 2021 finals, where Phoenix blew a 2-0 series lead, his Suns have repeatedly gone out sad, in humiliating fashion in front of their home crowd. In a post-elimination report, it was noted that locker room sources didn't believe any member of the Big Three emerged as an on-court leader this season. That's a problem, and a stain on both Booker and Durant, no matter what KD says. Phoenix's 10th ranked offense, which Booker thought would be unguardable, was actually underwhelming, and head coach Frank Vogel has to take some blame for that and for the Suns' fourth quarter woes. But should Vogel pay the price for glaring roster construction issues? He did still coach this team to an above-average defense somehow. Should GM James Jones, who built Phoenix's first contender in a decade, pay the price for owner Matt Ishbia's rush timeline and bluster? Don't get it twisted, someone will pay. When you get to a point where the only team-building options in front of you involve trading one of the two stars you're supposed to be building around, someone has to. So, now that it's played out the way we told you it would, I have to ask, was Bradley Beal really worth all of this trouble?
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button.